This week, I coached people navigating the dating journey. I also coached a client on sales and another client on a difficult business deal that involved them saying no thanks to someone they cared about. And the common theme in all of these incidents that I coached on was the people were making something very simple complicated. My dating clients, when I asked them, what's the simplest way to find out if someone likes you on a date, came up with long, convoluted and complicated processes of giving a series of compliments and then lots of rules and ways of assessing whether the compliment is being returned, and then a physical move would need to be made to assess whether the person likes you or not. And we sat with this and I asked them, is there a simpler way of doing this? And it felt really hard to come up with the simplest way of finding out if someone likes you, which is to ask them, hey, I like you. Do you like me? Do you want to take this further? And of course, why do we miss the most simplest thing, the quickest, simplest thing we can do? Because it's the scariest thing to do, to ask someone, hey, I like you. Do you like me? Do you feel the same way? Do you want to take this further? Requires risk. There is a risk of rejection. And boy, is that terrifying to your brain. Your brain does not know the difference between real or imaginary danger. And uncomfortable emotions are real danger. You could possibly be really harmed. So this is why we go to extraordinary lengths to avoid difficult emotions. You don't even realize you're doing it. My other client is in sales and needs to ask for referrals. And my client came up with lots of complicated reasons why they shouldn't ask for referrals. And the selling that they are already doing, they classed as not selling. They said, oh no, that doesn't count because the person asked me, or that doesn't count because when the person was telling me what they needed, that it was the obvious solution that they use this product. So that doesn't count as selling. So this person's brain had all sorts of rules about what is okay selling, and the brain was classing that as not selling, and what is dangerous selling, which is asking for referrals. Asking for referrals is graspy, you're risking a no, and it's going to taint the whole relationship. And so understanding that asking for referrals is helping people. Hey, do you know anyone who needs some help? Please send them my way, is a way you could make selling a little bit more comfortable. For my client who needs to say no to a business offer and is very worried about the other person, they were coming up with lots of complicated reasons why no was difficult. And when we just assess no is the right answer, then how they were going to say no felt very, very complicated when it's a simple no thanks, no, I don't want to proceed. Okay, so your brain makes it complicated when it's trying to avoid uncomfortable emotions. It's a way of protecting you. If it's really complicated, you don't have to take action, you can put off action. So I spent time with my clients this week showing them they're making it complicated to avoid an uncomfortable emotion. And we took a look at it. So what's the experience you're going to have when you do the simplest thing? Hey, do you like me? I like you. Would you like to take this further? What's going to happen to you? You're going to, for most people, experience a shortness of breath. That's cortisol coming into our body, isn't it? Adrenaline coming into our body. Your heart might beat faster. You might have tension in your stomach or your chest. You might have thoughts starting to speed up in your head. So, is this pain or is it discomfort? What level of discomfort is it? Is it going to hurt you or not? Are you willing to experience this uncomfortable feeling to get where you want to go much, much quicker? Are you willing to experience this uncomfortable feeling short term to save time and energy, to just say no to that business offer? Just that very uncomfortable but simple, no thanks, I'm not going to proceed. It's so uncomfortable for about 5 minutes, and then you just get to get on with your life instead of drawing it out, dragging it out, complicating it, and then offending the person because you just weren't straight with them. So being able to understand exactly what it is, the emotion that you are avoiding, because remember, to your brain, that's really dangerous. You don't even have to experience the emotion, you just have to potentially, there has to just be potential possibility of experiencing the emotion. The emotion is a tiger, your brain will do all sorts of things to avoid it. When you actually take a look at what it is, it's that moment in the day where you say, deep breath, hey, I like you. Do you like me? No, I don't like you. Okay, oh, that's uncomfortable, but I've got my answer. I can move on. I don't have to waste time and energy going, I wonder if I act like this or I act like that, can I get them to a yes? You know, a lot of time and energy will be wasted. This way you just get a quick yes or no, you can just move on and find a new day. Get to that amazing relationship so much quicker instead of wasting days or weeks or months. I wonder, do they like me? Do they not? You know, trying to make a move, they don't get it. You know, is it because they don't like me or not? Think of the time and energy consequence of that, and also what it does to your self-esteem versus that 2-minute intensely uncomfortable, hey, I like you, and the risk of the no. The no is so dangerous, it's like a tiger. But when we understand just the way our brain thinks about our emotions, just our brain trying to protect us, you get into the emotional gym and you learn to be okay with uncomfortable emotions, be okay with doing uncomfortable stuff, which is going to get you where you want to go so much quicker. So the quickest way to get there is to work with a coach one-to-one. I will help you on a weekly basis bring these uncomfortable moments into the session. We break them down in the moment. What is it exactly that you are uncomfortable about? Often my clients find out, oh, that's just me trying to avoid an emotion. Actually, it's fine. With my client who wanted to say no to the business deal, we got to the point in the session where they were okay saying no. And then they figured out how they were going to send the message to just say no. That was they were okay. They realized no is the right answer. It's best for everybody. It's the kind of most sensible thing to do. Now all they were left with was the last 5% just sending that uncomfortable text message, and that's a 5-minute moment of discomfort, and then you can just get on with your day. So I help you break down what it is exactly you're so uncomfortable about. Often that just resolves the discomfort. If it doesn't, I help you understand and be okay with the uncomfortable emotions required to get you where you want to go quickest possible way. Yeah, so I work with you on a weekly basis doing this. It's the quickest way to get there. If you are interested in this work, I offer a free 1-hour consult. We take a look at where you are now, where you want to be, and how coaching with me will bridge the gap between the two. So send me a message right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, my email address is in the description. Send me an email to book that free 1-hour one-to-one consult call with me.